Where did basic good manners go? Please and thank you.
Yeah, that's that ship has sailed, I think, for a while anyway.
Man,
Hopefully it'll come back.
I would get my ass handed to me if I was like rude to somebody when I was a kid.
Right. Oh, yeah. Now
it's completely different.
Right.
Like nobody even says please anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I actually held the door for some lady and she started yelling at me. And I just looked at her. Mm-hmm. I can do it myself. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's that all about? I was told to do that when I was a kid.
It's called mental.
Welcome to Podpinions, where the world's on fire and we show up like it's a backyard barbecue. Politicians roasted. Woke trends torched. Common sense, we've got you covered.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Podpinions.
I'm Rich.
And I'm Bruce. We are on episode number 13.
Unbelievable. And
lucky number 13.
It really amazes me because this kind of just evolved out of nothing.
Yes.
Two of us sitting around just yapping.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this would be a cool podcast. And here we are.
Yeah, and here we are.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. It took us, about 4 or 5 weeks to get a name.
Right. That was pretty funny. And then it just happened.
It just appeared. Right.
And the logo.
Yes.
Just out of nowhere.
Within,
just poof.
Boom. Like, what was it? A half hour, 45 minutes. We had a name. We had a logo. We had.
It was just, we kind of like just did a mind melt thing.
Exactly. Crazy stuff.
That's right.
And, just in case you can't watch us, I mean, we are on Rumble, YouTube, Buzzsprout, Spotify podcast.
YouTube.
Just in case they can't
watch it.
You
can listen to it.
Yeah.
Not that you want to listen to it.
Right, exactly. You want to see
a lot of visual.
Right, yeah. not to say.
We should do a whole podcast with just subtitles. That way you just listen to silence if you're just listening.
Too bad we couldn't speak French and then subtitle it in English, Podpinions.
That's right, the Podpinions.
We can find us on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, we're everywhere. So look under Podpinions everywhere and give us a follow wherever you're listening or watching.
Yeah, you can just check our website out. Everything's listed on there, podpinions.com.
Yep. And still working on some merch, but we'll get there.
That's right. Your nephew wants shirts.
Yes. He keeps bugging me, so.
But his is going to say, Podpinions, I seen it. There you go, Bobby.
So what do we got? Oh, well, what don't we have this week, right?
It's crazy. I mean, like I said the last episode, that you turn on the news in the morning, you see one thing. By noon, everything is completely different.
No.
Today is no different than that. The whole week. I even said to you earlier, I said, I should start taking notes during the week. Mm-hmm. Like what we, things we could possibly talk about. Then I'm thinking about it, and
it's like to be outdated. Like
right. It's kind of moot.
It's like the invention of the wheel to high-speed trains or something like that.
Unbelievable. Speaking of high-speed, well, no, we can save that for like whatever happened to.
Okay. Yeah.
It's becoming my favorite segment.
Yes,
whatever happened to. But today?
Yeah.
The FBI was asked to go arrest all these Democrats from Texas. That all went to New York and Illinois. Mm. Now, what gets me is, for those of you who don't know, Governor Abbott in Texas, correct me if I'm wrong, wants to redistrict.
Right.
So it goes by, redistricting will actually probably add Republican seats to the House of Representatives. Mm.
They're estimating 4 or 5, something like that. Yeah.
So the Democrats are losing their minds over this. Although Kathy Hochul in New York State did the same thing 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And the bozo from Minnesota who was running for vice president, Tampon Tim, he did it.
Right.
And now they just did it in Illinois.
Right.
So, what is the problem?
Well, I think the main problem is I don't think when they redistrict, I mean, obviously it happens on both sides. So whether you think it's right or wrong, it happens on both sides. It's just whatever side you're on, you're happy when it happens on to your side, and then unhappy when
but they're making it sound like they never did this before.
Right. But
it's called gerrymandering, for those of you who don't know.
I don't know the right side, the Republicans, if they've ever like disappeared like this. Now, I can remember twice now, Democrats leaving the state, so they didn't have to
they did this
be present.
Where was it the last time?
I thought it was Texas as well, yeah. But I don't know that it went this far.
Grow up, folks. Do your job.
Right. Sometimes you get what you want, sometimes you don't. So, I mean, that's the way it is. Unfortunately, I mean, it happens to both sides. But the way everything is panning out, they're going to be made to look like an example if they don't get their stuff together and come back and do their job.
I don't understand the taking my toys and going home thing.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't.
Right.
I mean, you run for office to do a job. Right. Do it.
Exactly.
Well,
you're representing the people, so when you abandon the people, it kind of shows you a lot that you're not really out there for the people. You're trying to make a stand, stomp your feet, and try to be a television star.
Well,
I guess
this should be like Mrs. Crockett, from Texas. This woman. I saw a video of her. She needed subtitles.
Yeah,
I had no idea what she was talking about.
Well, it's all an act. It's all a portrayal of trying to be hip or whatever they're trying to be, and just
working.
Get television time. And people are tired, whatever side you're on. I mean, just so tired of the television superstar lookalikes that. Congress and Senate and everybody else are doing. It's just go in, make our country better, make life bearable for us and our children and our children's children.
Do you remember when both sides actually worked together?
Mm.
But can't we go back to that?
Yeah, I mean, did they work together?
Well, look at Reagan.
Or did they
Reagan and the
work together to make it better, or did they work together to get us to here? That's the question.
Good point. But Reagan and, what was his name? Speaker of the House. From Massachusetts. I can't remember his name now. Anyhow, they worked. They were like best buddies, and they worked together, and got stuff done.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well,
why can't I think of his name? Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
I just had a brain for it.
We're old.
That's right.
Senior moments.
But Jasmine Crockett, she was excited that the Democrats left Texas.
Yeah.
She was excited about it.
Right. Well, she's one of the ones that actually, if they do redistrict, that she's going to be
losing her
seat, basically.
Wouldn't that be a dream come true,
She's out of her district. It's going to be changed, so...
Yeah, but that's great.
Yeah,
because she's an idiot.
Right.
I mean, seriously. So she actually, this is a quote. Over 130 Texans died in the July 4th floods. Republicans responded with 0 flood relief bills and a mid-decade redistricting scheme to help Trump cling to power. That's not governing, that's exploitation. We broke quorum because Texans deserve better. And that was her and this guy, John Busey. So my big question was to you this afternoon was, what about all the people in North Carolina when the Democrats were running everything?
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
During after that hurricane.
Yep.
And then
it
was
the dam break, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then what about East Palestine, Ohio?
Mm-hmm.
Biden didn't do squat.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are still in a quandary.
Right.
I mean, Trump said he was going to help them, but I don't know if anything ever actually materialized.
Yeah, that I'm not sure on either.
But she's an idiot
I mean, even Hawaii, the
Yeah,
fire.
Right. Nothing.
Right. Well, again,
Yeah, but where is she to get
for-
off saying that the Republicans aren't doing anything when she was in office?
Well, if you're not smart enough to look at your history, then you're not smart enough to go forward and talk sensible, I guess. That's the only thing I can make of. Yes, absolutely.
She's been in office. She's a Democrat, and yet they did nothing.
Right. But it's like live for the now, forget the rest. Don't look ahead, don't look behind. Just live for now, speak your piece, make yourself look like a star, and we all suffer for it. Everybody suffers for it. So that's what I was getting with the television star thing. It's like, enough is enough. You know, everybody's tired of hearing celebrities with their opinions about politics. But go act in a movie.
Podpinions.
Right. But that's why we're here.
Right.
You know, we're not making movies. We're not making, you know, we're not on a stage, although you've done that. We're not on a stage right here playing music or something like that. It's like, go act, go play, go, you know, speak your comedian piece. That's what you do, and what they're supposed to be doing is taking care of laws and making the country better for people, and they're running around like spoiled brats, as far as I'm concerned, and both sides.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
I don't like anybody.
Right. So,
politics or not.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, it's just gotten into our lives so deep. There's nothing on the news anymore except you watch the local news, and even that, you know, they start out with the big political stuff, and then they work into how many people were killed in this accident and this fire, and there's nothing ever positive out there.
I can't watch the local news only because, no offense, that it's like watching high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad, like really bad production value. Not that we're fantastic here, but we're just two guys sitting here, you know, talking. But, I mean, this is like professional TV supposed to be, and it's just horrible.
Yeah.
I can't watch it.
Yeah,
and I'm getting to the same thing with, like, network news.
I don't think this is too bad for a, you know, cell phone, you know, a iPad, right?
And a couple of lights.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, let us know.
We'll graduate eventually.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Now, the other thing that really incensed me this week was this Democratic rep, and I'm not just picking on Democrats here, but it just seems like they're like out of control this week. Delia Ramirez of Illinois, everybody jumped all over her on social media because she said her pride is in Guatemala and not the United States. And yet she's a congresswoman.
Well, that's like Ilhan Omar, you know, standing up for the Somalia, you know, working for Somalia.
You're an American now.
You're an American.
And
you work for this country.
So she said she was proud. I'm a proud Guatemalan before I'm an American. Wrong. Sorry. You like left that behind. You gave up your citizenship in Guatemala, I would assume, and you became an American citizen.
That's a good question.
Yeah, you raised your hand and you swore an oath to the United States. So, and the best part is her husband is an illegal alien. And this woman is in Congress.
Right.
What is wrong with this picture?
Yeah. How many other...
I'm pissed.
We're going to have to look that up.
I'm really pissed this week.
How many other countries have people that are supporting other nations in their parliament, Congress, whatever they want to call it? You know, I have always said, you see China, for instance, and you see the mass amount of people in there.
Well, how many billions of people live in China?
Yeah. 1.something, 4 or 5, something like that. Even though India did overtake them as far as population. But if you look at all the people there, and I'm not saying that right or wrong, but other countries run theirs different. There's no black, there's no white, there's no Polish, there's no Russian, there's no Somalian, there's no, they're all Chinese.
Good point.
And I don't think that it should necessarily be all look-alike, but you should be an American no matter where you came from originally. And because America is a melting pot, it should be diverse, but it should be working for America.
Right. Actually,
not for other countries.
You just made me remember something. My grandmother came over here from Hungary. Turn of the century, not this century, the 1800s into the 1900s. And she came over on the Lusitania and went through Ellis Island. So she didn't know any English at all. And she came over with a couple of her nephews and nieces. She brought them before the rest of the family came over. And she became a United States citizen. I remember her telling me when I was a little kid that it was like the proudest day of her life. You know, she had to learn English. She had to read and write it. She had to know American history. And she had to take a test, written and oral, right, to become a citizen. And her relatives, well, her sisters and my aunts and whatnot would come over, great aunts, and they'd hang out, and they'd be speaking Hungarian, and she'd, no, we're Americans now, English only.
Yep.
And that was like huge.
Yep.
Which I kind of am sorry, because I did understand, I could speak and understand Hungarian when I was really, really little, but then the minute I started school, that was it.
Right.
No more Hungarian in the house.
Yep. And, you know, and even now, I mean, if you look at actually, and you don't see it anywhere because it's positive, and you don't want to be positive on people actually becoming legal citizens. But if you look at the groups that are raising their hand, and, you know, they're thrilled, you know, tears and happiness. And
absolutely. But to have a congressperson be married to an illegal alien, this is just insane.
No, it is. It is. It's insane.
I mean, she should be thrown out of Congress for that.
Absolutely.
For harboring an illegal alien.
Right. Absolutely. I completely agree. We'll see if anything happens about it. I have a feeling, you know,
I mean, look what happened.
Eventually it's going to get there.
What was the woman's name? She was, this is during Trump's first administration. She used to be on Fox News, and then she became a spokesperson for the State Department. I can't remember. Heather something, I think it was. Anyhow, she had an illegal alien working for her as a housekeeper. She had to resign.
Right. No, yeah. Listen,
you remember
it's
that?
This is all
Heather now, Newell, something like that.
This is all, you know, they're above the law. They feel they're untouchable. We have to do what they say. They don't have to do what we say. And that's where it's all progressed to. This is where we're at. And it doesn't make sense. This is not what the country wants. You can, you know, sit and tell me stories upon stories upon stories that this is how the nation wants it. No, it's not. Not even Martha's Vineyard wanted it.
No, that was great.
Right. So
remember that when they sent all the illegal aliens to Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah.
They lasted like not even 24 hours, and they were ousted.
Right. And all you have to do is go into these protests and all this stuff and go up to them and say, you know, here's 5 illegal aliens. Would you take them into your house? Oh, well, you know, I'm busy and, you know, I don't have room and blah, 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 blah. So it's laws for
thee and not
thee,
for me.
Not for me. Right. So it's a sad state of affairs we've let this tumble into, but it's, you know, unfortunately it's everybody's fault. And we need to work together to get it back. And it doesn't matter our side. This is our nation. This is our children's future, and we have to fight to get it back. And I'm not talking about, you know, uprising and guns and all this stuff. I'm talking about getting out and voting for one thing.
Getting involved.
Also learn who you're voting for. Don't just watch the news channel and say, you know, this one's ahead. Oh, well, I guess I'll vote for them. That's not how it works. It's you have to take the time to figure out who it is. And if you don't like somebody, sometimes, unfortunately, you got to take the lesser of all evils. You know, we kind of got into a point where you couldn't tell which side was which because they all blended together. Right. It was like what they call a uniparty. And it was like, it doesn't really matter who you vote for because you're voting for the same thing. They're both working kind of the same way. Unfortunately, that carries over to years and years of, well, my vote doesn't matter anyway, so why should I bother?
Well, it's getting back to the registrations, like in Pennsylvania. We discussed this in one of the episodes, that most of the hunters in Pennsylvania are not registered to vote. Yet they're the biggest complainers about what's going on.
Right.
But I still don't understand why they don't vote.
Yeah.
It's just beyond me.
No, I totally agree. Well, and again, that's the biggest thing. It doesn't matter anyway, the fix is in or whatever. We've had 2 examples now of 2016 and 2024 where supposedly the other party was supposed to wipe out one other party, and that didn't happen. It's because people got together and went out and voted, and whether you think it's good or bad, we have to see. We're 6 months in. We're going to have to see how it pans out. I have a lot better outlook than I did 6 months in the last election.
You're talking about when Biden won.
Yeah, around this time. I don't remember the exact day, but I believe it was in August was when that Afghanistan debacle, pulling out of there, 13 service members killed and billions of dollars of equipment left and all that stuff. So I think, and again, we'll see how it pans out in a few years, but it doesn't look like the terrorists are doing all the doomsday predictions that everybody's been screaming about.
Yet.
Right.
Because what's going on is 4 years of all these people coming across the border. You cannot tell me terrorists didn't come along with all these
terrorists.
people.
Yeah, no.
So they're sleeper cells.
No, I mean tariffs, I would say.
Oh, tariffs.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking terrorists.
No. Tariffs. The doomsday criers about the tariffs and how it was going to wreck the economy and, the world was going to collapse. And
well, actually, it's been doing good.
That's what they say. We'll see what happens.
What was interesting was there was an economist I saw on TV, forget the guy's name, but he was talking about how the stock market dropped when they did this whole new round of tariffs. And when they realized that what was going on, all of a sudden the stock market went up again.
Right. And it's not as, like I said, it's not the sky is falling. You have to give it time to work. And then they make deals, and then they make trade deals, and that's what he's been doing. They, every couple days, this country has made a deal, that country's made a deal, and if they don't make a deal, then he rises it up, and then they come back to the table. So it's a bargaining chip, and he's using it. So.
And there's some companies coming back to the United States for manufacturing, which is great.
Yeah, right. And
I can't wait for Pittsburgh Steel to start up again.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Or Bethlehem Steel.
Yeah. And that's what we have to do. We've farmed out everything that we actually need to survive, whether it's, medicines or food or, essentials. Other countries are making it for us. Even the clothes on our back, it's all coming from other countries. And
these are Podpinions shirts.
Yeah.
These are from overseas.
Yeah. Which we're going to change, but
hopefully.
But anyway, the fact that we're not able to support ourselves, we've given away all the technology, we've given away all the plants, the factories, the jobs, and we've become a service industry nation. Hotels and medical, it's all people serving people, and you can't survive on that. You need some kind of base that you're able to, if something happens with China and they cut us off of everything, what are we going to do?
We're screwed, right? Especially with the pharmaceuticals,
right? And
most of the drugs and vitamins and whatnot are coming from China,
right? But on the other hand, right now, we have the leverage also because if they don't sell to us, then they're going to collapse because we're the biggest, purchasers of them. So it's kind of like a standstill between the two. So we have our opportunity to bring back manufacturing, to bring back essential products that we need to make here. And then we can watch how they're made and, you know, Bobby Kennedy's and the, you know, cutting the dyes and cutting the, you know, now Coke is supposed to use only real sugar. And
well, I just had the Pepsi with the real sugar. It's like,
did you?
It reminded me of being a kid.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. Try
drinking water.
Yeah. Exactly.
With all the plastic.
That's all I'm not a soda guy, even though you probably can't tell.
Occasionally though.
I'm not a soda guy. But try I guess it's Heinz ketchup, no sugar added.
And how does it taste?
It tastes like it used to me. Because I stopped using like ketchup because it's just like syrup or something. I don't know.
It's pretty gross,
disgusting. And then we happened to try that. I was like, wow, this is kind of like how I remember it. You know, no sugar added. So I don't know what they've been. I guess sugar is supposed to addict you. It's supposed to make it.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
Well, no, the high fructose corn syrup.
Right.
I mean, the other sugar is not great for you either, but.
Right. And then that's, you know, I mean, just look at the gas with the ethanol added. You know, all you have to do is use it in your, you know, 2-stroke engine.
Forget about it. I got yelled at for this, right? By a guy that repairs small engines. And who knew? So the thing was acting up, my weed whacker. So I gave it to him to fix, and he said, it's shot. Throw it out. I said, well, what do you mean? It's, you know, the thing's 30 years old. He goes, no, it's burned out. You burned it out using ethanol. Mm-hmm. Who knew?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And
it doesn't say it on the label when you buy it.
And what is, I don't remember what the percentage is, 8-10%. Depends on the season when they add more or less. But if that's doing it to your motors and your engines, imagine what it's doing to your inside. So not that you want to stop, you know, I'm not saying stop eating corn or whatever. It's just like, that's a commodity that they've transformed into many, many different uses. And,
absolutely. The farmers are being paid to grow that stuff as opposed to other crops.
Right. And the government subsidizes it. And, you know, they make money off the taxes off of it, off the fuel.
Now,
you know?
my question, going back to Bobby Kennedy, what happened? I remember him saying something about one of the things he wanted to do was to ban drug commercials. Mm-hmm. Just like they did with cigarettes. Mm-hmm. What happened? Mm-hmm. Every other commercial's a pharmaceutical thing.
Right. Well, he's probably got a lot to fight against that. I'm sure there's a lot of lobbyists that are
sick of it,
up in arms about it.
And then I listened about the side effects, possible side effects. I'd never take this stuff ever.
I always like the part in the commercial that says, "Ask your doctor about." It's like, isn't that the doctor's job to tell me?
Absolutely.
I mean, I could be informed and go research it, but I don't want to ask the doctor about it. I want the doctor to tell me this is what it is and this is what I suggest. And then that's my decision. Give me some alternatives. I can take this, or do this, and this.
Or how about we try something natural first?
Right. No, right. Exactly. At least you have choices. But, you know, just to watch a commercial and go, you know, call up your doctor and say, hey, doc, what about?
Well, I read another article yesterday how.
And they're always singing and dancing.
I know, and it's like this really cheesy, like Broadway stuff. Like, horrible. There's this one. It's this big fat chick, right? And she's dancing and it's just wrong. I think it's for Ozempic, actually.
Okay.
Maybe I think it's for Ozempic.
Okay.
And she's dancing and it got like it's like a chorus line, like they're doing a Broadway show, right? And they're talking about weight loss. And I'm looking at this chick and it's like, no way. This is just ridiculous.
And originally, even that wasn't originally that. I don't remember what it was originally.
It's for diabetes.
Right, but like the weight loss was like an after effect or something, right?
And then people jumped on the bandwagon with that.
So is that like a side effect, or
I guess
is it a positive side effect?
I know two people
probably
on Ozempic.
Not long enough to know.
You know them too, right? So the one guy is taking Ozempic. He's diabetic. They're both diabetic.
Everybody's diabetic these days. Everybody.
I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Yet. So the one guy, he takes Ozempic, and he's losing weight. The other guy takes Ozempic, and he's gaining weight.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Go figure.
Yep. So it probably is a side effect, I would assume.
Yeah, but how come
losing weight? But now they're promoting
it
as losing weight. So
it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Broadway show stuff, it's got to stop. It's just. Can you imagine going to your doctor and he breaks out in song?
I always wanted to do that in like one of those conference meetings. I once in a while I'd think about that. Back in my previous careers, have the morning meeting and just when they come to you, okay, Bruce, what do you have to say? And like get up on the table and do a top hat and like the Dick Van Dyke, old movies.
There was actually a comic bit. I'm trying to remember I think it might have been Saturday Night Live, or it could have been
in a van down by the river.
No. We're talking years ago. It might have been one of the British comedies, but it was a thing where they were like just walking down the street and they just break out into song and dance and get people's reactions, It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the drug stuff, it's got to stop.
Yeah. Well, it's like, it'd be like doing that for smoking or something like that. You just don't do that,
Well, no, the smoking thing, they ban that in.
No, I know that. No, I know that. That's what I'm saying,
And they did it with booze, too.
Right.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. Now I think they're starting to come back with the alcohol, on TV.
Yeah.
But
clean up all the ingredient bars that are on your food, and then we'll see what happens if we need all these drugs.
I don't think we will.
Mm-hmm.
Because I honestly believe that all this medication is actually making people worse.
Mm-hmm. That's what it seems to be pointing to. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to change, though. Because do you remember?
Well, even that part is like with the manufactured meats and what do they call that?
That creeps me out. The lab meat?
Yeah, the lab meat, lab-grown meat. It's like... All right, so now, you're putting all this stuff in the food. Now you're going to grow meat, too, in the lab?
Oh, man, it just sounds disgusting.
I don't know. It seems like
Would you try it?
No.
I wouldn't.
I mean, but I have seen videos where people say that they bought package of meat someplace, and it's, they have that meat glue, too, where they take all the bits and they glue it together.
Oh, no, my wife was telling us.
Yeah.
Remember, she saw, where was it? Some store. She saw meat and it didn't look right.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't bad because it was like the guy was just bringing it out.
Mm-hmm.
And she said it didn't look right.
Right. So it may be glued together like a
That's disgusting.
Jigsaw puzzle. You got 40 cows in one steak.
Ooh, what a thought.
Yeah.
No thanks. How about Trump today with this federal control of Washington, D.C.?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I think it's not a bad he's tried a couple other things. He's put D.C. on notice a couple times about the crime. And
yeah, evidently the crime rate in Washington is out of control.
Yeah.
And
what happens is nothing happens. That's the point. It's like the crime happens if they get arrested, then they're let right back out. So, I mean, how does that work?
Well, they get arrested, they get booked.
No, but I mean, how does that work to benefit the city?
It doesn't. I mean, D.C. is
it just emboldens those who want to do wrong to people, and it's got to stop.
I would think that the way the crime rate is in D.C., that it would prohibit people or prevent people from going to visit.
Yeah, you'd think so. I'm well, if they don't really pay attention, then they may not know,
Until they get mugged.
Right.
Or robbed.
Well, then they know.
All of the above.
Right. Or worse.
So he was getting upset about, he said the local youth and gang members are randomly attacking, mugging, maiming, and shooting innocent citizens at the same time knowing that they're going to be out immediately. Mm-hmm. They're going to get released.
Yep.
So he's really on a warpath with that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I heard today that there was a bill that went through, I believe, the House, where, in Washington, D.C., illegal aliens are allowed to vote in local elections. Did you hear this one?
No.
This is crazy. So it seems that...
Well, they have IDs and driver's licenses because they all paid for it with our tax money.
So the GOP...
So why can't they vote? Why not?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So...
Nuts.
The Republicans in the House passed this bill that prohibits them from voting. The Democrats are losing their minds over this, saying that it's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
How? Because the logic that the Republicans were using was, well, you could have Russian operatives, Chinese operatives,
absolutely,
all these people, spies, voting to control the local politics.
Well, not only that, but you have people that are voting, much like this person in Congress.
Oh, with the illegal alien husband.
Yeah, well, not only that, but she's pledging allegiance to her home country. That they're going to be wanting to vote for somebody that's going to be sympathetic to the country that they're actually citizens.
Right, that was the point. So, so they're now saying that Washington D.C. is controlled by the feds, so therefore their law will stick.
Hmm.
So there's this big backlash. So it should be interesting to see what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
I thought you would have heard about that one.
I didn't hear about that one.
That's kind of it's just, to me, it's common sense.
Yeah,
you're not a citizen.
It shouldn't even be taking time up in Congress or the Senate or
right. If you went to Canada, could you vote?
They should be working on other things than this.
Yeah, but I mean, can you go to Canada and vote? No.
Apparently not.
Can you go to Japan and vote?
Apparently not.
No. So why is it they're allowed to come here and vote?
It shouldn't be.
Thank you.
Right. Exactly.
Call your Congress people and yell and scream at them.
And tell them to do real work and get this out of the way and concentrate on real stuff.
Because that one I read that today and I was like, oh my God.
It's here for a reason because people didn't stand up and stop it. So now we have to go back and fix it. That's the problem. Nobody's paying attention to this stuff. Oh, the borders closed and they shut off they turn on whatever show they're watching tonight. And
I gave him the look. No Dunkin' Donuts.
I was going to say, did you stop at Dunkin' Donuts?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, I won't say frickin' no more then. You stop at Dunkin'.
No more Dunkin' Donut rants from this boy.
But if it shouldn't have gotten this far, and our tax dollars should not be paying them to sit on their asses and stand up in front of the TV cameras and talk about this stuff because it's common sense. It doesn't make sense. It should never happen, and it should have never gotten to this point where we actually have to now think about passing laws to prevent it from happening.
Yeah, that's crazy. We have to prevent a law we have to pass a law to prevent illegals from voting.
Right.
That's just nuts.
No.
I mean, really, you got to laugh.
Yeah.
You have to.
No, it's nuts. It really is.
And then Chucky Schmuckle Schumer, He's on a warpath again. He's blocking every single one of Trump's appointees.
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Senate GOP, they're ready to go nuclear on Schumer's political extortion of Trump's nominees. So evidently, from what I read, there are currently over 1,200 positions that go through the Senate for confirmation through the whole administration. And they've only been able to confirm 130 of them. And it's ridiculous.
So we were talking earlier before we got on about isn't there an option if the houses go on recess?
Oh, the nuclear option.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the recess appointments.
Recess appointments.
I'm still not quite sure on that. I had it written down here someplace. Oh, Article 2, Section 2, Clause 3 of the Constitution says the president shall have the power to fill up all vacancies that may happen during the recess of the Senate by granting commissions which shall expire at the end of their next session. And the recess appointments clause authorizing the president to make temporary appointments when the Senate is not in session was adopted by the Constitutional Convention without dissent and without debate regarding the intent and scope of its terms in the Federalist Number 67. And Alexander Hamilton refers to the recess appointment power as nothing more than a supplement for the purpose of establishing an auxiliary method of appointment in cases to which the general method was inadequate. The Supreme Court evidently has upheld several of them and has also gone against it on certain cases. So I'm not real clear on how the whole thing works because Obama was he was rattling these things off, the recess appointments. But so if I got this straight, if the Senate goes on recess like they are right now, they're coming back in September. So they're off for the whole month of August. They have to be gone 10 days in order for a recess to be considered a recess, right?
I didn't approve any time off. I'm just saying, for the
it's a part-time job.
I pay taxes, and I should be able. Job. They work for me, so I should be able to.
Yeah, good luck. So where was I?
We were talking about the
So Obama was jamming these things through when the recess appointments. However, there's this little rule that if they have a Senate committee meeting, they're not in recess. So what the Democrats are now doing, so Trump can't appoint recess appointments, that he can't appoint anybody, is they're having these little committee meetings, even if it's 15 minutes via Zoom or something. So that's hanging him up.
So I do know, and I don't know like you said, I don't know exactly how it works, but I do know that the president can send both houses into recess by order for a period of time. And then he could.
Yes, but if they have these stupid little meetings.
But if they're it's supposed to be like presidential order that he could send them out on recess.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I don't remember the clause or right off the top of my head. We can look into it, but
these guys. I mean, Schumer should just get over it.
No, he should probably take care of his mortgage fraud issues instead of holding up the whole country.
True.
But
they're going to just keep stonewalling it. So it's laughable, but it's not. It's really making me angry.
Oh, that's another, if he did this, you got another,
so
potential criminal holding up the whole country.
Right. So what the Republicans are thinking of doing now, under normal circumstances, changing the rules in the Senate would require 67 votes, meaning that the Senate Democrats would have to be on board with the change of rules. However, there's a path that lawmakers refer to as the nuclear option, which allows for rules changes to only need a simple majority, which the Republicans have. So they're seriously thinking about doing that. However, what would happen is if they change the rules is then when the Democrats come back into power, they got the same rules. So they could just flip it back onto the Republicans and
Right.
So it's the same crap all over again.
Right. So one of the things back to Texas with this redistricting, Ken Paxton, the AG, he's also put in for court, basically, determination or finding that because they're not here, they're not coming back to vote on this redistricting, that they have vacated their seats, and therefore then Abbott could
just appoint them. Wouldn't that be funny?
Seats, right.
Well, that's going to wind up in the Supreme Court.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. But again, laws for thee, not for me.
But I wonder how the Texas Constitution reads with that.
Well, I would imagine it's probably, I don't know that they're just pulling it out of their hat. You know what I mean?
Well, no, because in the Texas Constitution, it's the only state in the union that actually allows for succession from the United States.
Mm-hmm.
They can just
that's
leave.
what I'm saying. I'm sure the governor and the AG is probably not pulling it out of the hat. There's some kind of legal
their whole
point in the Constitution
is really kind of different than all the other states.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
This whole thing is interesting. Like we said earlier, just you turn on the news at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by noon it's like a completely different scenario.
Talking about jobs and companies coming back at 8 a.m. and then talking about the FBI going and arresting Congress people for defecting.
I would love to see that. I would love to see it. Well, they're not Congress people. They're representatives
of Texas, yes. But they're Congress, right?
Well, no, it's an assembly, I believe. It's not a House of Representatives. Well, yeah, I guess it is, but it's the House and the Senate, but Texas.
Right, yeah.
Not federal.
Right.
State.
Right.
Pregnant pause. Here's another good
Dead air.
Yeah, dead air. Here's another good one. Former President Bill Clinton and Hillary, his wife, have been subpoenaed to appear before Congress to testify about their whole thing with Jeffrey Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
And the plot thickens.
I did not fly with that woman.
Yeah, right. This should be good. This should be good. Although I don't think they're going to I don't think this Epstein thing's going to go anywhere. I really don't. That's my personal podpinion.
It's almost like a distraction for, things going on with Tulsi Gabbard and the Russiagate stuff. This is almost like to keep people busy over here so that they can go ahead. And
with the whole Russiagate thing, didn't she just, or somebody?
Pam Bondi referred it to a grand jury.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not talking about that. They're talking about Epstein. Both. So I don't know what the whole deal is now. All of a sudden, Democrats are into the Epstein thing, other than to make noise to try to distract from the Russiagate thing. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, yeah, but they can't. If it's in a grand jury, there's nothing they can really do about it.
No, but what I'm saying is the public viewing it or watching it or paying attention to it make noise over here.
Yeah, but they were screaming and yelling. They didn't want this Epstein thing is dead, right?
Well, before.
Now all of a sudden they want to know.
But now they're saying, well, Trump's there. Well, if Trump was involved, then why during the Biden administration didn't it come out?
You would think.
So.
Yeah, you would think that during the last election cycle they would have dragged that stuff, out. And
absolutely, instead of doing about the documents at Mar-a-Lago and, his bank loan payment that he paid in full with interest. You'd think that maybe they would have drugged this out if it was true. So I think that they'd have a little more standing than trying to, have somebody go to prison for paying their loan and the bank saying, hey, he didn't do anything wrong. We don't mind. We made our loan back. We made our interest. We have nothing to say.
Well, that was Letitia James and what's his name?
Yeah.
Right. And that's still going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's happening with those two?
Yeah.
Alvin Bragg and Letitia.
Yeah. Bragg and Letitia. It's like what is it? Beavis and Butthead episode. It's like a spinoff.
But yeah, what's happening?
Bragg and Letitia.
We talk about stories that just went away. There's one.
Yeah.
What happened to Letitia James's mortgage fraud?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe she did marry her dad.
Oh.
Maybe that'll be on the next.
Did they move to Utah?
Reality TV show.
They became Mormons and moved to Utah.
Could be. And maybe. She probably has a house there, too. Maybe Schiff also.
But all that stuff just went away.
I know.
Nobody is talking about it.
Right.
Not even the conservative news outlets.
I don't know if that was referred to a grand jury. I don't know. Something happened with that. It may be processing, but
well, the other thing
I don't know if we've heard anything on it.
I found refreshing was not only did the Clintons get subpoenaed, but James Comer. No, I'm sorry. Who else did they? Where's my list there? Oh, Merrick Garland, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, Alberto Gonzalez, along with Jeff Sessions, William Barr, and Comey and Robert Mueller were also sent subpoenas. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. And I can guarantee you they'll all plead the Fifth Amendment.
Probably.
Except for the ones that
got pardons. Right.
Then they have to talk.
Right. Or else they can be charged with lying to Congress, right? Yeah. So we'll have to see where this goes.
And Hunter Biden got a new job.
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is now he's running a nonprofit in California.
Oh, surprise. I wonder if it has anything to do with all the money coming from the fires.
I don't know.
Fires Are Us or something like that. .org.
.org, the musical.
The musical. FiresReUs.org, the musical.
Yeah, so he's got a new gig running this nonprofit. It was very sketchy, the article that I read about it. Mm-hmm. It was pretty vague.
I think he had quite a few, the Bidens had quite a few companies that were nonprofit. They didn't make a profit. They were just like there.
They were just funneling money.
Yeah. So
laundering money.
He's good for nonprofits because apparently they just pass checks back and forth. Loans. Yeah, loans my butt. Now here's one. We got to keep an eye on this thing. We're not going to go into depth, but there's a new outbreak in China. Surprise, surprise. Dun, dun. It's called the chikungunya virus, and it's spread by mosquitoes. And evidently it causes severe headache, really, really debilitating joint pain, muscle aches, and it can get worse and worse and worse. And there's no cure for it. Sounds like something we have over here.
What, the flu?
No, Lyme disease.
Yeah, right. It's very similar. So, but this one's spread by the tiger mosquito. So we got to keep an eye on that. Evidently, there's an outbreak in China of 7,000 people who came down with this, and now they're worried about it spreading outward by airlines.
Okay.
People traveling. So wear your bug spray. I mean, the only good point
mask up.
That's right. Around here, by next month, the mosquitoes will be gone because it'll be sub-zero.
Yeah, right.
But
I'm sure they'll make their way over here somehow.
Yeah, but it's the World Health Organization. And who did COVID?
The WHO.
That's right.
Who you?
So my favorite segment right here. Right. Whatever happened to? Speaking of the Clintons, what happened to the $20 million in the Clinton Haiti Fund?
Very interesting.
Everybody remember that?
Yeah.
Haiti had that monster earthquake back in 2010, I believe. And their fund was supposed to provide capital to Haitian entrepreneurs in the wake of the 2010 earthquake. But the Post the New York Post, could only find evidence of one project that received funding, which was like bupkis. It was like hardly anything. Right. And they just bilked Haiti for everything it was worth.
Yes. I remember I was younger, but I remember them going over and
it was a joke.
Clintons were talking about this and that and starting the fund, and it's just a way to make themselves richer. That's all these, not all of them.
I think we should start a nonprofit.
Majority. Yeah, nonprofit. Exactly. Yeah, no, hey, it seems like that's the way to go now. Everybody's doing a nonprofit. And originally I thought like the IRS was really looking into nonprofits growing up. I thought, you had to be careful and, you got dinged for this, dinged for that, and they would basically wipe you out. But as soon as the government officials started getting involved with nonprofits, seems like the IRS started looking other places to, ding.
Yeah, so that story just went away.
Yeah.
And that was huge there for a while.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hates the Clintons.
So I just thought that was interesting. And then in November of 1978, France set off 2 nuclear explosions in the South Pacific. The Soviet Union set off 2 more in Kazan, and that was matched by the United States and Britain, which both set off their 2 bombs in Nevada. Nobody talked about it. It went away, right? Why? Take a wild guess why.
Don't know why.
Well, there was also an Iranian revolution around the same time.
Right.
Sri Lanka had an Icelandic air collision which killed 183 people.
Right. I do remember
And it was all washed away by the Jonestown suicide. Jim Jones.
Wow. With his 1978.
Yep. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
In Ghana.
Right. It's amazing how all this government stuff just kind of gets erased by other things.
Right.
It's like the Pentagon with how many $1 trillion
they
lost.
The day before 9/11.
Right.
$10 billion. Whoops.
Wasn't it a trillion? Or it was trillion.
No, trillion, I think. Or
2 trillion or something like that?
It was something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they were going to start the hearings the next day. Oops.
Yeah. Oh, we're busy now. We have to go start a 10-year war. Look for...
Well, we're still there, really, if you think about
weapons of mass destruction that aren't there. Ha, 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 as Bush would say.
Now, this was kind of interesting. News anchors who completely vanished. I saw this, and it's like, wow, this should be interesting. And Connie Chung, you remember Connie Chung?
Yeah. She was married to Maury, right?
Maury Povich.
Yeah.
And she was on ABC News.
Yeah.
And he had his thing on what was it, Channel 5 in New York. He had like a talk show, and then they were doing a thing together for a while.
Right.
Where'd she go?
Yeah.
Poof.
Yep. Just disappeared.
Yeah, just completely disappeared.
Huh. Yeah.
And then Linda Ellerby, remember her from CNN?
Mm-hmm. Gone.
I mean, she retired, but where'd she go?
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They never said anything about it.
Well, I would imagine some of those people, they've seen so much and had to talk about so much nonsense. It's like they probably don't even own a TV or...
Matt Lauer, remember him?
Yeah.
He vanished from the spotlight after his fall from grace.
Yes.
In November of 2017, he was axed from the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because several women accused him of sexual misconduct.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he apologized, which means he did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why would you do that?
Right, well,
And he's never been seen since.
Right.
Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Just a moron.
Yep.
I mean, it's just Bryant Gumbel. Remember him?
Yes.
Another one.
Yep.
Vanished.
That's right.
Where'd he go?
Yeah. Don't know.
What else disappeared? Quality control. And this is the good stuff. Not just on products, but also in the service sector.
Mm-hmm.
So you get your service business, like Dunkin' Donuts.
Mm.
There's no quality control.
No, right.
Like none.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. No, it's the mindset of the people now. They don't care, and it just has infected it throughout the whole business, and then all of a sudden everything's a mess and nobody cares, and they tell you, basically threaten you if you make us think, and
it's unbelievable.
Yep.
Absolutely
it's
unbelievable.
crazy.
Perpetual licenses, for example. I have this app on my phone. It's a photo editing app, right? It's been free forever. All of a sudden, I can't use it. It's like disabled unless I subscribe. And it's like $49 a year now.
Yeah.
It's like a year.
At least
it's like, what's up with that? Let me just
start out
buy
at
it.
$4.99, something like that, right?
Right, you would think, but no, but still, like
it's been free for all this time,
right? But now I have to subscribe, and it's $49.99 a year, which means I'm not buying it. I'm like renting it.
Right. You can't. Yep. Right. You are. You're subscribing
even
to it.
Like QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Right. You don't get a disc anymore. It's like in the cloud.
Well, it's like
sucks.
They're just taking the what do they call the housing? They build all the apartments and
condos.
No, for it's supposed to be for the poor people or
Section 8 housing.
Not Section 8, but there's a term for it. Housing, mass housing, basically, and you don't own them; you just rent them.
Right.
It's the same thing now. Everything's getting rented. You have to have a subscription or you lose your documents, you lose your history, all that stuff. It's like the low-income housing.
Okay.
So you never own anything. You just basically pay the government for having the housing there, basically, right? Or not necessarily the government, but the person that built the housing to get subsidies from the government to build the housing. So this is where everything's going. It's just going to be, you're going to have nothing.
No, I want
you're
the
gonna
software.
like it.
I want to.
No, I get it. I get it. I get it. And if people start refusing to do this, to rent it, to subscribe, things will change. You used to be able to buy
the disc,
and it was yours. Now
Correct.
They did upgrades, and what they do is they do upgrades, and they get you online, and then all of a sudden you're paying for the updates all the time. So
it's just wrong.
Yep.
But it is what it is. Gauges in cars.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd they go? Now you have a widescreen TV right in the dashboard.
Right.
There's no gauges.
Yeah.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. No.
And if your electronics go, you're screwed.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
I like those old gauges where you could see everything,
Yep.
And bugs. Do you remember? All right. We're in the middle of the summer, right? So when I was a kid and you're driving down the road, thwack, 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 bugs on the windshield.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to clean your car all the time. Do you have that now?
Nope.
Where'd they go?
Yep.
Where?
Right.
Nothing. It's like, when was the last time you saw a ladybug? Or a butterfly?
It's been quite a while. I've seen one or two here and there, but
Here's a big one. Lightning bugs.
Yeah, I know. They're far and few between too. And that's what I said about bats. Bats you don't see very often.
Now,
either. They used to be everywhere.
I live in basically a swamp,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're across the street from a lake, and it's all swampy. We used to have tree frogs up the wazoo. You'd hear them all night. Lightning bugs. It was really cool. You sit on the deck, listen to the frogs. You listen to you could see the lightning. Nothing. I don't think I've seen a lightning bug in years.
Right.
And the frogs are all gone. I don't know,
Yep.
Where'd they go? And according to this article that I read, the bug populations have plummeted in the last few decades by 70%.
Wow.
So where did they go?
Yeah.
Good
I still say it's all connected to this, all the sound waves and all the radio waves going through the air.
I would not doubt.
Bluetooth, technology, cell phones, all that stuff. It's got to be having some kind of effect. Has to.
I wonder if anybody's doing a study on that. What's it doing to us?
Yeah. No, right. Exactly.
If it's killing bugs, let's just say hypothetically that the cell towers and all this electronic stuff going through the air.
There was an app. It was going to come out, and this has got to be, probably 12, 15 years ago. I remember reading about it. It was a big thing, flash in a pan. what it was going to be, it was an app on your phone. And of course, phones weren't as sophisticated as now, but it was an app on your phone. No, it was, a smartphone. But you were supposed to be able to hold the screen up and see where all the waves
really
in the
That'd be
air. Cool. And somehow
it went away.
It wasn't allowed to proceed.
Because, you hear about, doctors telling you, well, don't put your cell phone next to your bed to charge it. Charge it in another room. Like, it was like, mine's right next to my bed, right? On the table next to the bed, right next to my head.
Right.
So what's that doing?
Right. Well, look, just sitting in your car, you get all the electronics now with the screens and everything else. I mean, you're surrounded by all
GPS this. GPS and everything.
And everything's coming in, whether it's Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or whatever. I mean, that's all different frequencies. That's all.
And you can't escape it.
No.
Kind of scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where did basic good manners go? Please and thank you.
Yeah, that ship has sailed, I think, for a while anyway.
Man,
hopefully it'll come back.
I would get my ass handed to me if I was rude to somebody when I was a kid.
Right. Oh, yeah. Now
it's completely different.
Right.
Like nobody even says please anymore. I actually held the door for some lady and she started yelling at me. And I just looked at her. I can do it myself. Okay.
Yeah.
What's that all about? I was told to do that when I was a kid.
It's called mental.
No, I was
being mental.
You hold the door open for somebody, male or female. You just hold the door open if they're right behind you, right?
Yeah.
And then you say thanks or thank you.
Right.
No, I can do it myself.
It's a little bit of appreciation. You don't have to do that.
No, I can do it myself.
Right.
Okay. Go put your pussy hat on.
Amazing how they knew how women were.
Where'd they go?
What women were that parade, wasn't it?
Ooh, where'd they go?
I don't know.
The pussy hat ladies.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to them.
They vanished.
Yes.
Along with the manners.
Coincidence?
I don't know. Here's a good one, because I have a story to go along with this. Whatever happened to the ability to read and then comprehend anything more complicated than a Dick and Jane novel?
No, that's true.
But not even a novel, just a book.
Well, I mean, you got kids that can't write cursive. They can't sign their name.
Okay. I don't know if I told you this.
Yeah, you did. That's why I brought that up.
So I went to the bank to make a deposit. I write the name, name, account number, and deposit only. I have a rubber stamp for the business stuff. So I go to the bank, did a drive. No, I went in the bank. That's what, because I had to get change too. So I went in. I hand the lady the checks.
They knew how to make change there.
Yeah, right. As opposed to Dunkin' Donuts. So I said it. So she looks at it. She goes, "Oh my God, you actually have the account numbers on the checks." I said, "Well, yeah, aren't you supposed to do that?" She said, "You have no idea how many people come in here and don't put their account numbers on the checks. And then we have to go look it up because they don't have any information with them."
And now all the banks don't have deposit slips either,
what's
right?
up with that?
Yeah.
That's just weird. So I put the number on the back of the check. That's how I was taught a million years ago. And I said, I just find that unbelievable. She said, "No, you have no clue." She said, "These people, they don't even know how to sign their name." I said, "What?" She said, "No, they come in to open up an account and they don't even have a signature. They print everything." She said, "I don't even know if that's legal." But they still open accounts for them. But they clueless.
Right. And at one point, being in that situation was because you had to leave school for, usually it was a family situation. You had to go work for the family, poor or whatever. You weren't able to progress in school. But these people.
They're graduates.
They're graduates.
We're talking college graduates.
Right.
They can't write.
Yes. So.
And don't even know to put an account number on the back of a check.
If this is progression, count me out.
Yeah, please. Where did just hanging out go?
Oh yeah, that was years ago. That was erased.
I used to love that. Just like
sure. Well, it got to the point where they got less and less, and then trouble happened at these points, and then they just shut them down. Then nobody had anything to do. You go to the pizza shop, or you go to the arcade, or even hang out on Main Street for we used to go skating, and we go to the pizza shop and hang out on Main Street for a little while, and then we go home. We didn't make trouble. We were just hanging out, talking, and then well, this happened here, so we got to close this down, and we have to have curfews and all this stuff, and it's just little by little, little by little, little by little, you lose your freedom, you lose your ability to congregate, you lose your ability to talk to each other, and all of a sudden you're sitting alone on a screen with Grok's new Fantasyland.
It's kind of weird.
Access where you can have a girlfriend right there online, or a boyfriend right there online, and it's all animated and made up. So that's where we're at.
It was really funny. Like, my wife and I went out for dinner the other night. So we're sitting in this restaurant, and I'm looking around, and I said to her, check this out. And she turned around, and she goes, what? I said, nobody's talking to each other. Mm-hmm. They all had their phones out.
Yep.
And it's like, wow, this is really twisted. Yeah. And then the woman who was the cashier at this place, she had her phone out and was ignoring the customers who were waiting to come in. I saw the waitress, server. When did that change? What happened to waitress and waiter? No.
Yeah.
Server. No, it's a waitress and a waiter.
Right.
They were like, if they weren't busy doing something, they were standing there with their phones playing on their phone. And it's like, wow, we were like the only two in the place talking to each other.
And the good point is, if you want to go out for a quiet dinner, you can just go about anywhere now.
Yeah, right. Because everybody's on their phone, just messing around on their phones. Right. It's unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. It was bizarre.
Yeah. No.
And then whatever happened to eye contact? Mm-hmm. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like you meet somebody and they don't look you in the eye.
Right.
As a kid, I mean, my dad used to tell me, well, several things, but when you go to meet somebody, shake their hand, look them right in the eye, and then he said, look at their shoes. And you're like, what? Look at their shoes. You can tell a lot about a person's shoes.
Right.
If they're not polished, then he goes, everything about their character.
Right.
And he was right.
Yeah.
You're wearing sneakers. I mean, it's different. But you're in a business suit, and then you got crappy shoes on.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like musicians that show up on gigs, a tuxedo and like frumpy shoes that are like, they look like they just got them from the Salvation Army. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just,
but they're comfortable.
Yeah, right. They're comfortable, but they look like shit. It's just, I'm sorry. Pardon my mouth. I just wound up this week. All this stuff with everything that's going, these people in Texas are making me nuts.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting once we get down here to check in and see where they're at.
Well, I'm curious to see what's going to happen since they went to New York and Illinois.
Yeah.
Will those governors that are harboring them now, are they going to be held responsible?
Could be.
Legally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I don't know how that would carry over, but...
And can the FBI actually go to New York State and arrest these people?
I mean, the FBI is countrywide as far as I know. That's why they called them in.
And these people are state.
Well, Federal Bureau of Investigation, so...
Yes, but these people are state reps.
Right, but they can go out and arrest a citizen. They don't have to, they don't necessarily have to be a federal employee.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine all these people doing the perp walk?
Yes,
right?
that'd be
onto
awesome.
The bus.
Trump could put them next to his mug shots.
Unbelievable.
Make a collage.
Oh, man.
Oh, well.
Well, keep your eyes open and see what's going on.
Yep. And, like I said in the beginning, if you're not able to watch us on Rumble or YouTube or anything like that, and you driving, you just want to put something on, check us out on Spotify and iHeart and Apple, all that, we're on there as well. So We have the podcast all over the place. So tell your friends, leave some comments, be safe, be smart.
And we'll see you next week.
Yep. Take care.
Bye.
Slam the follow button. This is Podpinions.